All right, let's watch this video. I'm gonna preface this. My voice is obviously going. I'm sick. Don't make fun of me. All right. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, Terry. Son of a bitch. Fuck you. All right. Father realizes his son was actually the killer.
Let's just start with when's the last time that he actually talked to Erin?
Why does that matter?
When's the last time you talked to her?
Why does that matter? No, I'm asking, why does that matter?
This is Brent Williams and his wife, Erin Mulcahy. To say their marriage is on the rocks would be something of an understatement.
I didn't want to be with Brent because he started to hit me and I don't want to be hit anymore.
When did he hit you
That's a good
last?
reason to not be with him.
I'm afraid to tell you.
Only months after this encounter
Yeah, that's a solid reason to not want to be with someone.
with law enforcement, the marriage of Brent Williams and Erin Mulcahy would come to a tragic end.
Bro, like, just one look at this dude looks like he would murder someone. Like, 1,000%. This dude looks like he would. Pig going through I'm not going through puberty, shut up.
And Erin had been found dead. At first, it looked like a terrible accident, but as the investigation delved deeper, the cops realized their sleepy village of Waynesville, Ohio, was about to experience its first homicide in almost 60 years.
Oh, damn.
The investigation began on July 7th with a horrifying discovery.
What's going on?
Pretty sure she's been in there for 2 days, probably.
Okay. In this apartment here?
Yeah.
Erin Mulcahy?
Yeah. Brent and his dad was here the other day.
Okay, but they haven't been.
Evening, and she was in the shower then.
Okay,
I
yeah.
heard the water running, and I looked underneath
see.
the floor, and water was running out.
Running out. And so she's in here?
God.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Rigor mortis has already set in. Okay, I'll have you guys step out here because I'm going to have to get some pictures and things like that. So
Oh, my God.
she's in the shower. Rigor's set in. Last time anybody saw her was a few days ago. Still getting some additional information on all that. Brent was here, her ex-boyfriend or whatever was here a couple days ago. And
Got your footprint on there?
no, that might be one of the guys coming from one of the landlords. They were coming in and redoing the apartment next door. They heard water running. And when Brent was here, supposedly the other day, he said that he heard water running, but they said there was water all the way. It was flooded all the way out here. So,
We're not even going to perch because it's
right, yeah, exactly. So,
we'll preserve the scene for you. And
Oh,
okay,
my God.
all right. Well, I appreciate that.
footprints too.
That's traumatic to see. Yeah, imagine being a landlord. Imagine being a landlord and then you walk in and see that.
My
Right.
footprints right there.
Yeah, your footprints right here. I'm going to talk to these guys and make sure they came in and shut the water off, but they're the ones that found her, so I would presume that.
Erin's neighbors had become concerned for her welfare, as they'd heard water constantly running from inside her apartment. It could be nothing to worry about, but Erin's neighbors decided to call her landlord to voice their concerns. Erin's landlord called Brent to try and get permission
My brain is not lagging. Why do you say extra? What do you mean my brain's lagging extra? Are you implying that my brain normally lags?
to enter the house, but he didn't answer the phone, so her landlord called Brent's father instead, who arrived a short time later to help. But instead of finding a problem with the plumbing, they found Erin's body slumped in the shower, and the worst part, she'd been there for several days. It would be easy to assume Erin was the victim of nothing more than an accident, as there appeared to be no injuries, stab wounds, and no sign of a suspicious death. The officer knew Erin had been having problems with alcohol addiction, but he also knew her marriage to Brent was not
Yeah, I could turn on captions.
a happy one, and there could be more to this case than first appeared.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. I've got to get.
Actually, you know what? I do know what that is. That's a nose hair from me.
Oh, okay. History of alcohol, alcoholism, and things like
Usually
that.
we
So.
come in that.
But I've got to investigate this as something beyond that because there has been domestic history and things like that. So, all right.
To try and get a better picture, the officer spoke to Brent's father, who revealed Erin and Brent's marriage was on the verge of breaking down completely.
Let's just start, I guess, from the beginning.
Drowning? I mean, no, I don't think she drowned, Chad. I think either she was like poisoned in some way, Because if there's no like obvious thing, if there's no obvious thing, then it's probably something internal. It's probably something was done to her inside. And that could definitely be something like, say, poison or maybe alcohol poisoning.
When was the last, prior to today, when was the last?
I don't think she necessarily did the alcohol poisoning, but someone may have helped her or pushed her into doing it. But I'm not sure.
Last time you were actually in this apartment?
Thursday.
Thursday. And was anyone with you when you went in?
Brent and I went in there.
Okay. And what happened on Thursday?
Brent needed to get his checks, extra checks, out of there because he didn't know what Aaron was going to do.
Okay.
And he wanted me to come along because we're witness.
Sure. Makes sense.
Go in.
Yeah.
We hear the shower running. We think she's in the shower. He gets his checks. We leave.
Okay.
We come out here.
Thank you, Ashquamarine, for the tier 1
We
sub.
run into Jim standing right out here. And we said that we told him exactly what we done. We went in to get them checks and stuff. And he said, I talked to Aaron the other day.
Who was this that you were talking to?
The guy that owns the place.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I got you.
He said Thursday, late afternoon, early evening, he said, I had talked to her yesterday, told her to get out. And that's about all that was said.
Okay.
He went his way. We did too.
Fuck! Holy I forgot that was turned up. Oh, thank you so much for your loops for the 5 gifted subs. Why was that turned up so loud? No, you're fine. It normally is muted. I don't know why it was turned up. My bad.
Earlier today, Brent went up and got some mail, and he said it had Aaron's name on it, and he didn't want to bring it out here because he was afraid of trouble.
By the way, chat, I will spin, but I'm probably not going to do anything today because I don't feel good.
Sure.
Arguments.
Sure. Yeah.
So I said, well, just leave it there. I'll take it out. We're on our way up here.
Sure.
And he calls me
Okay.
and said that he had to get in there.
Okay.
He told me about the water running, so he shut it on.
Okay. Before you guys made entry, he shut the water off? Okay.
So when I go in there, the door, the bathroom door's closed. I beat on it. I open it up, and I thought I seen her laying on the floor there through the glass door.
Okay.
And then Jim called, you got this.
Did you actually walk into the bathroom?
I did.
You did? Okay. Okay. How long had they been split up, do you know, roughly?
What is today, Saturday?
Today's Saturday, yeah.
Monday, of last week. I don't know.
Okay, so it's just been recent? Very recent. Okay.
Brent's father also revealed he and Brent visited the house 2 days earlier, and even though they heard the shower running, they didn't physically see Erin, so they couldn't confirm if she was alive at the
Chat, okay, I'll stop talking about this after this point. Would you rather me spin like tomorrow or a day I feel better, or would you rather me spin now and then save whatever I spin for later? Because I guess if we just save the spin, then we could, my wife says she has to fill stuff out, so okay, we'll do it when I feel okay.
the time. Erin's father had his own theories about what had happened, as he'd been dealing with her alcohol addiction and mental health problems for years. In fact, it came almost as no surprise that she had passed away at an early age.
That seems
father.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
too
Nice to meet you.
I've known him for years from church and stuff like that.
Okay.
And, he was telling me that Aaron has had kind of struggled with alcohol,
Yes.
some seizures,
Right.
stuff like that. Is there?
She was bipolar too?
Bipolar.
Schizophrenic?
Yeah.
oh
I
man,
remember her telling me that.
that's chat's favorite word.
As you know, I've been here
I know
many
they've had
times.
issues
We've
going
sure
on and
it's
on.
been
Yeah,
it's
I
been
know,
back and
it's an
forth.
ongoing
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
That's why I haven't been here. I told them, wait, when you guys get your act together, then
Sure.
we'll start acting like a regular family. So busting and fighting, I'm not getting involved.
Right.
Because there was one to get me in the middle of it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Absolutely.
But Erin's father also had a crucial piece of information that would help the cops trace Erin's last movements and try and solve the mystery of her death.
And I know she'd had seizures on and off, but I didn't know that they were, how bad they were lately. I mean,
Sure.
she'd been having something lately. I just talked to her 2 days ago.
You did?
Yeah.
On the phone? Okay.
Man, it's so sad. Like the parents, like obviously they probably care, but it's like, oh yeah, she had so many problems. It makes sense that she died. You know what I mean? Like that's just so sad. Like how the parents like they don't even seem phased. Like I don't know, they're probably in shock and stuff. But like it's like yeah, I mean like It makes sense. She died. You know what I mean? That's so depressing.
Okay.
So-
Do you have date and time? A date
I could look at my phone.
Okay.
Phone, yeah.
Okay. If we could get that, that'd be great.
Okay.
We're just trying to paint a picture as to how we got to where we're at right now. So
Right. I understand.
It's entirely possible that Erin hadn't been taking her medication and had suffered a seizure while taking a shower, resulting in her untimely death. If Erin's father had spoken to her on the phone in the last couple of days, then finding out what time he made that call could help piece together this puzzle and determine a time of death.
Hey, Brent, can we talk to you for a few minutes? Yes, sir. All right.
But luckily, Brent arrived on the scene and was more than happy to help the cops with their inquiries.
At this point in time, everything's, fine, and we're just here to talk and try to get this figured out, okay? Yes, sir. So that's why we're here.
Well, let's just start with when's the last time that you actually talked to Erin?
Sunday.
Sunday?
I moved out Sunday.
You moved out on Sunday? Okay.
Yeah.
Was it kind of a heated argument or
Nope.
just
Nope.
she just said get your stuff and
Nope,
go?
I
And
did. I
oh,
did.
you just
My dad came with me.
okay.
Got my clothes.
Uh-huh.
Pulled out.
Okay.
Went to Village and stayed that night.
Okay. All right. And did she say anything to you when you left or nothing at all?
No, I just said I was very quiet about it. My dad was with me. He'll vouch that I got my clothes, didn't say a word to her,
Sure.
and got out.
Okay.
There's nothing to suggest either Brent or his father are hiding anything or withholding information. Brent seemed adamant that he entered and left the house as quickly as he could and didn't interact with Erin, other than by text message. But out of nowhere, Brent's father throws up a major red flag that's impossible to miss.
Did you guys have any conversation
Nope.
after that? You hadn't talked to her at all since
Text
Sunday?
her. Text her. Yeah, you
Okay.
can only read the text.
You're
more than welcome.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, that's
I
fine.
really don't bother me.
Okay.
Remember, Brent, I said don't volunteer. Answer questions, okay?
What? Yeah, in front of them? Like that sounds like something you would like pull them to the side and be like, man, remember we talked about, all right? You just like in front of the cop and everything. Like what? The absolute gall of this guy to just like right in front of the cop, not giving a fuck, just like lays it on him. Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
This could just be a case of an overly cautious parent, as Brent himself seemed to have no problem cooperating with the cops.
I feel like you look less suspicious when you cooperate rather than not cooperating.
Agreeing to pretty much anything the officer asked of him.
One other thing that I would like to do, and here again, this is just to eliminate you from any wrongdoing, is I was wondering if you would be willing to give a voluntary DNA sample.
For my
swab,
mouth,
yeah,
to do it.
swab,
I'm
yeah.
willing to do that.
Yeah, okay, all right, perfectly. That's absolutely perfect. So I got a consent form here. I'll fill that out, and then I'll have you sign it, and then we'll just get a swab from your cheeks. And
cooperating too much, over cooperation, that doesn't make any sense. If you know for a fact you didn't do anything wrong, wouldn't you do everything you can to clear yourself? Like I mean, we know that it's not him, but it's like even if we didn't know that it's not him, like obviously he's giving off the vibe of it's definitely not him, because like I'll give you anything, like just ask, like I'll anything you need, just please. Like he knows for sure that he didn't do it.
yeah, it's pretty simple. It's pretty.
Yeah.
If that's okay with
Sounds
you.
like a plan.
But when it came to giving up his cell phone, Brent suddenly...
I think they mean like over offering things that cops aren't asking for, like oversharing. But like people who are guilty wouldn't. Oversharing is different. Oversharing is when you're like explaining a story, but you keep adding details that are unnecessary. Like you're trying to figure out your alibi and you keep like adding all these elements to the story that don't matter. That's like when it's pretty obvious you're guilty. He's just like giving evidence. He's just like his phone. He's like, no, take my phone because there's evidence on here that I didn't do it. You know what I mean? Like he's giving them the evidence. That's not really oversharing.
seemed reluctant to cooperate.
So are you saying that you really don't want to give up your phone at this time then?
Well, I don't want to give my phone. I have no reason to give up my phone. You've seen all the information I got on my phone.
Okay.
I get calls. I might need calls from my parents.
No, I understand
You're
that.
cool. He's okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we asked. I mean,
Okay.
it's, you know.
I mean, I'm not trying to hide anything.
Yeah.
I just don't want to give it up.
Do you mind if I get pictures of those text messages?
Brent's behavior aroused suspicion with the cops.
Yeah, now it's kind of weird.
It could be possible that there's something on the phone he didn't want the cops to see. But if there was, they'd have to wait to find it. So to try and understand Aaron and Brent's relationship more, Waynestown
Yeah, now he seems sus. That's sus right
police
there.
reviewed body cam footage of one of the many times they'd been called to the residence. And just like this example from months earlier, the arguments usually started because of Aaron's drinking.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
What's going on?
She left? She left. I didn't know what the situation was when she came back. I don't want to go to jail. She put me in jail once, and then she is intoxicated.
Okay. You think you're drunk?
I have drank
Okay, yeah, I can tell. When did you start today?
earlier today. I don't know exactly.
You on any probation right now?
No.
Are you on any medication?
I take trazodone for sleep.
You taking it today?
No.
I tell you, I'm going to fix this issue. I'm going to my mom's.
Basically, handing over your phone, I wouldn't do it. I'd get a lawyer first. Evidence does go missing. I'd let them take all the photos they wanted, though, just not let them take my phone. I mean, that's true. I mean, that's a good way to look at it, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to get out of here. That's why I called.
No, yeah, and that's the right thing to do. You live here, right?
We both do. We're married, so I'm allowed to live here. And he is, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if my dad pays my rent.
Yeah, there hasn't been any other than verbal argument. That's all.
Been an argument.
No,
Oh, there hasn't been an argument.
We argue.
Okay.
We
That's why
argue.
you're here. That's why
Okay.
you're here before something happens.
Okay. Well, I can't.
I understand.
I can't stay here all night
I understand.
and wait until. So what's the plan then?
I'm going to get my stuff, and I'm going out.
Okay. Are you doing that now or?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I can stand by while you do that.
Can you do me a favor? Though?
What's that?
I know you're a busy guy and everything, but can you drive by here and listen up? Because last time I was up, there was a guy here,
Okay.
and I'm worried about my
Who
stuff.
cares?
And I'm worried about my stuff.
You're worried about your stuff? Huh? You're worried that what? The guy's gonna steal your stuff? I'm kind of confused. What is this woman's deal? I mean, it's like a really dodgy situation because like dealing with an alcoholic is really rough. But like obviously I don't think the dude's treating it in the way that he should. He treats her alcoholism and responds with anger. Which I don't know their situation. Maybe he tried to respond with like understanding and tried to help her before, and now he's just done with it and frustrated. I don't know if he ever tried to help her, but obviously the wrong response is throwing anger at her and you know making the situation worse because alcoholism is like, you know, a lot of times people become alcoholics because of like depression or some other mental illness or some like underlying situation that isn't necessarily that the alcohol is the problem. There's something else that's making someone be an alcoholic. And she obviously, she said she's schizophrenic, she's bipolar, and she's an alcoholic. So that's a lot of shit to deal with. That is a lot of shit to deal with, especially for this dude who does not seem like the type of person to be able to deal with that stuff.
You and I are not being together ever again. Leave me the hell alone.
Have you filed for divorce yet?
Yeah, I went to
Despite Aaron's threats, the couple were indeed together and separated again several times over the next few months. With nothing to go off, no forensics, and no solid lead in the case, the cops had no choice but to try and convince Brent to give up his phone in the hope that it cleared him of any wrongdoing, or gave them anything to go off. This encounter did not go as smoothly as planned.
Man,
Hello.
How you doing?
it's been horrible. I'm gonna get a robe on. I got my pajamas on.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Just in a bird. Are you looking for Brent?
Living the dream. We are. Is he here?
No, he's in line.
Okay.
Is he?
Okay.
Okay. Is there any
It's a weird way to say super. Like, how you doing? Absolutely fantastic. After she died, I'm doing great.
way you could get a hold of him or have him come back down here? Because I'd like to talk to him again, if that's okay, real quick.
Well, yeah, but it's not going to be real quick. He's in line.
No, I understand that.
Why are you wanting to talk to him again?
Right.
There's just a few more things that we'd like to
Are they
talk
hiding
to
him?
about
It sounds
from,
like it.
You know, Saturday night when we talked and whatnot.
Okay, you got me on it.
Okay.
You got his mother on it.
Okay.
You better come across with something, buddy, because I'm thinking my son's going to jail.
Yeah, they're definitely hiding him. Would you not want your child to like clear themselves of the situation? What? Why would you be combative? Someone's dead. Someone fucking died. And like the dad's like, don't you dare try to take my son to jail. Like that's just gonna make it even worse.
And you better straighten me out on this. And I'm damn serious.
What are you gonna do?
He's not going to jail.
Okay, you're sure of that?
No, he's not going to jail.
Okay, then I'm gonna call him.
No.
If I'm
Is he
about
going to
to
be
fall
charged
over
with
here.
something?
No.
What?
Is he going to be charged with something?
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Someone's dead. Someone's dead. They're like dead. Someone fucking died. This is the way they're fucking acting in the situation?
No, we're still trying to figure out exactly what's going on.
To get this figured out,
Wow.
okay?
With no sign of Brent, the officers were left to deal with his
They obviously
increasingly
hated her.
hostile parents who
Yeah, it's true. They probably did hate her.
were intent on questioning every step of the investigation.
Because
And you know, that's what sucks about alcoholism is like, I guarantee like the parents hated her and then a lot of people demonized her. And it's a vicious cycle of like feedback, like constantly you're an alcoholic and then you get trash talked for being an alcoholic. So that makes you more depressed and makes you self-deprecate and self-sabotage. So you dive even deeper into the alcoholism because you're like, yeah, they're right. I am a fucking piece of shit. I am trash. I am garbage. I'm a fucking horrible human. They're right. And then you keep diving deeper and deeper into that hole because there's this weird stigma of like alcoholism being like evil means you're a bad person or evil, right? And then they just keep digging that hole deeper and deeper. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some alcoholics who are genuinely bad people. I mean, that's just the way it is. But I feel like a lot of alcoholism just comes from a place of depression and like self-hatred. And when people surrounding you all collectively hate you and say bad things about you, it's just going to make the person who's an alcoholic worse.
there are some loopholes that we're trying to get those loopholes filled up. That's what we're trying to do.
I'm about ready to pass out here.
Okay.
I am
Because
too.
you're working me up. And I know you're not doing this and all this.
How am I working you up, sir?
Because my son is in on this and you're asking more questions about him.
And she's
Wouldn't you
dead.
be concerned about him?
Right.
You wouldn't be concerned about your son? Wouldn't you?
We've been a mess.
I understand that, and that's why we're trying to
Come and
get.
sit down.
That's why we're trying to get
Come on, we can sit down.
Pig. My mom was an alcoholic, and the deeper into that hole she got, the more her self-resentment drove her to drink.
Exactly. That's why people need to treat that shit, you know, a lot more gently. Because, oh my God, the amount of people who would like stop being alcoholics if just someone was just like supportive of them, if someone was just like a helping hand, oh my God, the world would be a better place, dude.
The other day talking to you, I felt pretty good.
Right.
And then you come back and lay.
But there are people who do get a lot of support, who do try to get a lot of help, and they still don't. You know what I mean? Like some people just can't be helped genuinely.
This on me.
But at the same time, if you don't give them that support, if you don't attempt to help, then you'll never know if they're going to change. You just won't.
And that fella right there told me the same, give me the same feeling.
Right. Well, and when what I tried to explain is all we're trying to do now is, you know, whenever you have a conversation with somebody, you go back and you think, oh gosh, I wish I would ask this question, or I wish I.
You say that when you come in.
Well,
You were secretive, like I gotta talk to him, and I understand that you got to talk to him, but you
No, they weren't.
got to understand we're living through this.
Sure, absolutely.
Well, I understand
You
that.
got children.
You're living through this. I'm confused. They're the parents of the husband, right? They're not the parents of the daughter, right? Why are they? What are they going through? What are they going through? They're going through nothing. What are you talking about?
No, I do not.
But you're lucky.
The situation wasn't improving, and the cops' very presence seemed to be making things worse, with Brent's father on the verge of losing control.
No, we're really all we're trying to do is fill in some gaps. You know, we had some questions.
You're pissing me off.
Glenn, I don't understand why you're upset.
I do. You're acting like you're going to try and put my son in jail. That's what
Bro, you're acting like that.
I'm thinking. Tell me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong. I am not. I have no intention on putting your son in jail, but
What?
we have to death you are. We have an
Yeah, the dad
obligation
knows something.
to figure out what took
I wonder
place
where
as
his
well.
son got it
And
from.
there's
I
a
know,
couple
right?
more questions that we have for him, and the reason we came here is because this is where he is living. If he wasn't living here, we would go to where he lives.
With the officers making no progress, they decided it was in everyone's best interest to back off and turn their attention elsewhere to search for the answers. The cops would get some of the answers they needed when the autopsy report came back, and the results were much worse than anyone could have expected. Erin had been strangled and had traces of blood in her mouth, suggesting she'd also been punched or struck with an object. So for the first time since
I was wrong.
1959, Waynesville police opened a homicide investigation. Armed with this new information and a warrant for Brent's cell phone, the cops once again called on the Williams residence. And although Brent was home this time around, the welcome wasn't any warmer than their previous visits.
Morning. How you doing? Okay, that's wonderful.
What can we do for you?
Wait, I just realized the title misled me, bro. The title actually misled me. Hold up. I was thinking it was Brent's son that was actually the killer. Hold up. They're talking about this father. I was thinking it was like Brent's son, not Brent's dad. Oh, shit. So what I said earlier was completely wrong. Hold up.
So how you doing this morning? Great, wonderful, wonderful.
Is this being recorded?
All conversations I have are recorded. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So, okay.
Why weren't we told that?
Because
I was about to say, I'm like, we have not seen Brent's son this whole video.
Not an obligation to let you guys. No, we're not keeping anything from you guys.
Okay. We're getting legal counsel. Here is William Klug.
Okay.
I'm calling him today.
Okay. We don't. We've got his number. We don't need his
Now,
number.
you didn't tell us. This is it. I'm done.
You're scaring us.
Yeah, you're scaring us. When I saw his phone, I knew.
Actually, I was checking the time. I was actually checking the time, but
So, I mean, no, that's fine. You know, this is how we do everything.
Yeah, the parents 100% no. There's no way. Yeah, 90% sure Brent doesn't have a son too. Yeah, okay. Chat, I guess my brain is just not working today. I'm sorry. So, earlier on, when I was saying, oh, he seems innocent because, like, he's so forthcoming about giving his information. But then whenever his dad was like, you know, remember, you know, you only answer questions you're asked. Don't give him anything. That's when I'm like, hold up. Wait a minute.
You should have told us.
Okay. We're not obligated to let you know. I mean,
It's been nice if you would have said that to him.
okay.
just like if you get pulled over on the side of the road, you're being recorded always. The cruiser cam and everything else.
We're getting legal counsel, all three of us.
That's absolutely not a problem.
Today.
No problem.
That's not a problem.
You should have let us know that.
Okay.
No, you're not being fair.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
You're not being
You
fair.
want to stay? I'm going to call Pete.
Dude, look at his face too. Like his face the whole time. He's been so uncomfortable. He knows he's fucked.
But yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Why are you calling Pete?
Hey. Yes, sir.
Why are you calling Pete?
Calling.
Who you?
I'm calling the other detective. He's got
I heard Brent and his son in the beginning. Oh shit, you know what? We did, didn't we? You're right. I actually remember that. Hold up.
some paperwork to give to Brent real quick, okay?
This whole video was set up to confuse me.
No, I'm not gonna fill it out with that.
No. That's
No, it's not about filling it out.
not a problem. I'll be right back.
You guys are not doing us fair. You're not treating us fair, buddy.
You can't apologize for coming here at 9 at night.
Yeah, but
I really can't.
he said that this was not, he's not going to arrest my son.
We are
That
not.
could wait till today.
We are not arresting him. Did you have anything else?
One thing's for sure, all four of you has got me scared. All four of you. I'm scared.
Like I said,
I haven't slept.
the only thing we're trying to do is trying to figure out and run every answer, question, anything down that we can to figure out what, because it's not right.
My son's going through his wife's funeral, and you guys are putting my, taking his phone.
What him of all people, at some point, I would hope, would say, you guys did everything you could.
Well,
I know it doesn't seem that way now.
The thing is, we all know in our hearts why that lady died.
Why did she die?
Because she was an alcoholic.
There it is.
Despite the monumental effort to obtain Brent's cell phone, the search came up with nothing incriminating or any suggestion he was going to kill or harm Aaron. So the cops focused their attention on Aaron's phone and the last time it was active. Turns out, Aaron made a phone call on July 5th and then went quiet. Brent had also told police he had sent Aaron a text message the very same night, but she never replied, and it started to look like that was the night she was killed.
Hold up. Wait.
It was when the cops spoke to one of Aaron's friends that they
Is there going to be another twist?
Realized they might have found a new suspect, a man named Jimmy. Aaron had met Jimmy for an illicit encounter after she joined an online dating app behind her husband's back.
I was wondering if you could help me out. I actually am coming to you for some help if you don't mind.
Depends.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give you a name. You're probably going to think I'm here for another reason, but I'm not here for that reason, okay? So can I give you that name? Aaron McCauley.
There's a very good reason the cops are being very gentle with their suspect, and that's because after he and Aaron slept together, she accused him of assaulting her in an investigation that was still ongoing at the time. The cops could be forgiven for thinking Jimmy is involved and that he may have a motive to kill Aaron. But Jimmy is clear that he didn't assault Aaron at all and hadn't been in touch with her since.
I don't know if you have heard that she had passed away.
No, I didn't know. I haven't spoken.
What I would like to know is how you met online. Okay. Do you remember what dating website that was? Plenty of Fish. Okay.
Jimmy had been cooperative and provided a sample of DNA, so even though he was still on the cops' radar, they were confident he wasn't involved in Aaron's murder. This left the investigation back to square one. But just when it looked like the case might stall altogether, the cops received information from someone who had become involved with Brent after Aaron's death. And what she told the cops blew the case wide open. This is Tiffany, and she met Brent after they started chatting on a dating website.
Hold up.
He wanted to meet up with me last weekend, and I kept telling him I had to work.
Okay.
Well, then he kept texting me and calling me, so I finally got back a hold of him, and then we were just texting. So we met yesterday over at Shawnee Reed Road, but he started talking about his wife dying. I'm like, okay, I thought maybe it happened, a while ago. But the more and more talked, I said, so how long ago did it happen? Oh, it's not been 2 weeks yet. So my first reaction was, are you serious? I mean, if my husband died, and I'm a widow, I wouldn't be worried about being on these chat lines and doing this whatever,
Her description of Brent's chilling attitude towards his deceased wife is a major red flag for the cops. But the worst was yet to come, as Tiffany single-handedly helped solve one of Waynesville's most brutal crimes when she revealed Brent's true motive for killing his wife.
Oh, shit.
The way he said it was weird as hell.
What did he say?
We were sitting there, and he was talking about, he's got to get this on in his life. I said, we don't have to rush this. Even though I wasn't trying to be, I was just talking to him. I said, we don't have to rush this. I said, because you need to grieve for your dead wife. I said, most people are. He goes, well, I was done, I already grieved. He goes, I didn't even care before she died. I've been okay with this. He's like, I'm ready to move on.
Oh.
And then he's all happy about getting a check in the mail for her death.
Oh.
The way he said it, he was like, weird. He said, well, I'm waiting for a check in the mail. I said, for what?
There it is.
And he said, life insurance.
There it
is.
is.
I said, well, he's like, yeah, I took one out on her. He's
like,
I knew she was going to die. I said, well,
did he say how much?
$25,000.
As if cashing in on...
Okay, that actually isn't as much as I thought it was going to be, but still, whoa!
His wife's life insurance wasn't evidence enough. Brent had taken out the policy only 5 weeks before Aaron's death. just as things couldn't get any worse for Brent, the DNA...
Yeah, killing someone for $25K is fucking unhinged. is unhinged.
Evidence cleared Jimmy of any wrongdoing, and this was all the evidence the cops needed to finally make an arrest.
Dude, cry more. I got a bad arm. Oh my god. Dude, I want to see his dad's face. I want to see his dad's face whenever he finds out. Please. I got him.
What the hell?
I don't care what he's got. You're better. I'll tell you something right now, sir. All right, go.
He did not do this. He did not.
My arm hurts. Stop this. Come on, put me on your...
Quit
First
being
of
a
all, you're
crybaby.
arresting me when I didn't do nothing wrong. That's fine. Let's go. Let's go to jail.
Brent Williams was charged with Aaron's murder, and his trial took place in the Auglaize County Common Pleas Court. He waived his right to a jury trial, leaving a judge to decide his fate. With the motive of a life insurance payout and DNA evidence, Brent Williams was found guilty of murdering Aaron Mulcahy and sentenced to 15 years to life.
Dude, so the beginning of this video, like, I was so fucking focused on the title of the video that I was like, he looks like a killer. Like, dude, from the beginning, I was like, this dude like looks like a fucking murderer by his picture alone, right? And then the whole sus conversation with his dad and the cops, I'm like, why is he being so like weird? The video even says that he didn't do it. Why is he being so weird? You know what I mean? Turns out I was completely baited by the title. Because the beginning of the video was the sun. Wasn't blurred, should have known. Good point. Good point.
Now it's time to walk away. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Did you laugh or cry or maybe subscribed? I'll thank you either way. You know I will miss you. I hope you return. Tell your friend or your mother to get me more views, please.